Jacob. It's nice to meet you. My name's Corina.
Hi there.
Hi. So you may already be aware, but I'm actually the case manager that's going to be working with you over the next few weeks. Basically what that means is that I'm here to support you in order for us to accomplish whatever goals you decide are most important to you.
Alrighty.
Now I was hoping today that we could get to know each other a little bit and maybe make a plan for what some of those next steps might look like for whatever matters to you most right now. Before we do that though, I want to make sure you understand how private our conversations will be. If it's alright with you, I'll actually be talking with my supervisor after we talk today and after most of our sessions, only because I think her experience would be really helpful to us. Would you be comfortable with that?
Yeah, that's fine with me. That's Danielle, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you've met Danielle, and I'm glad you're okay with that, thank you. I wanted to make sure you knew that we both were going to be supporting you, because Danielle had mentioned that my age may or may not make you uncomfortable, and I just want you to know that she'll be supporting me throughout every step.
Well, you are pretty young, but Danielle told me that you were the best.
Yeah, and I think together we're honestly going to be able to prove her right. I really just wanted to make sure that we talked about it, just because it's okay if that ends up kind of bothering you at any point, and I just want to make sure that you know that we can talk about it in the future if you need to.
Alrighty.
Okay. Now it's also important that you know that there are some times where I'm going to have to break privacy or confidentiality. Those times are going to be if I'm ever worried that you might harm yourself or harm someone else, or if I suspect that there might be child abuse or elder abuse.
Well, I don't have any plans on harming myself anytime soon. And I legally can't interact with children, and I usually don't find myself at senior centers, so I think we're good.
Okay, well obviously it's always best when none of those concerns come up, and they tend to not to. I just want to make sure that you know. You mentioned that you aren't legally allowed around kids. Would you feel comfortable telling me more about that?
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm a sex offender, so I legally can't be around kids. This seems to be one of the only places that actually helps SOs.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you telling me. Thank you. Fortunately, we only serve adult clients, so that shouldn't be a problem for us when it comes to you and I trying to talk regularly. And I appreciate that you feel comfortable telling me about that. Maybe in future appointments we'll even talk about it a little bit more if you're worried about it being a barrier for you for getting jobs or anything like that. Do you have any questions about privacy before we continue?
No, I'm all good.
Okay, so you came in today to get an ID voucher and take a shower, right?
Yeah, living on the streets really ends up making you appreciate showers.
Yeah, I really have to say too that you have a positive attitude. Every time I see you here, you always seem to be smiling and cheering others up.
It's what I do. I figure, why make the situation I'm in worse, right?
Exactly. Well, that definitely is something that will help us as we work together. Can you tell me more about what made you want to get an ID voucher from us today?
Yeah, my ID got stolen recently, and I just know that it will be hard for me to do much of anything really without it.
Yeah, I mean, it can really make it difficult. Well, the cool thing is that I'll be able to help you get an ID voucher today, as well as we can do the shower. Do you know about the other services that we do offer regularly?
I know you can get a shower, some clothing, lunch, right?
Yeah, we also offer bus tickets and bicycles for verifiable job interviews and doctor's appointments. When it comes to the bicycles, it's only for full-time permanent employment. Are you thinking of looking for a job? You seem to have a contagious energy that most employers would really like.
No, not right now, but I was thinking of maybe volunteering here.
Awesome! I love that you're thinking of maybe volunteering with us. To help me better understand further, why are you interested in volunteering over working right now?
I just don't really see the point. I like where I'm at. Sure, I live on the streets, but I don't think I want to leave. I just end up getting buried in bills anyways.
Yeah, no, I can kind of understand where you're coming from. What I'm hearing is that bills and other financial stressors and other responsibilities that come with getting your own home are stressing you out. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm happy where I'm at right now, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're in here working with me so that we can at least ensure that we can make you as happy as possible and follow whatever plan you really want. It sounds like one of your goals won't be employment right now, but I can always help you find work if you decide you want to in the future. In fact, if you're cool with it, I'd love to talk to you about that more at our next appointment or maybe the one after that. Would you be cool with that?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. So it sounds like some good next steps, at least for today, that we've kind of discovered so far. Are you want to get an ID voucher, take a shower, and maybe eventually set up volunteering with us?
Yeah, I'd love that. can I volunteer 5 days a week?
Wow, I'm glad to see that you're such a hard worker. Your previous employers must have loved you.
I think they did. I never missed a day, usually stayed late. Well, until the drinking started.
Yeah, you really have a lot of great skills should you want to find work in the future. You just mentioned drinking. Is that how you lost your job previously?
Yeah, I ended up getting divorced and then started drinking, and it kind of all went downhill. Luckily, this was a while ago now, and I've been working with the AA program down at the Human Services campus, and I like it enough. I mean, I'm not drinking right now, so that's something.
To be honest with you, Jacob, that's more than something. That's absolutely wonderful, especially with everything else that you have going on right now. The fact that you're able to consistently go to that program is really phenomenal. I'm glad you're sticking with the program. Is losing your job what ultimately led to you losing your home?
Yeah, I was borrowing from friends, but eventually I just couldn't make it all work. This was all almost a year ago now.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're in here with me now, so we can get you back to where you want to be. I know right now that that's probably not back into a home, but I'm here for you for whatever goals may pop up in the future, and that might end up being a home. Also, please let me know if you ever need help making it to the AA meetings. I really want to support you in continuing going. I can't stress enough how amazing it is that you're sticking with that program, okay?
Okay, usually I walk, but I'll let you know.
Okay, I should have expected that you walk. You really seem like a person that doesn't let things get in your way when you really have your mind set on something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, back to the volunteering interest you had mentioned. My only concern about volunteering 5 days a week is that you may not have time to visit other services or even to work with me on some of the goals we might kind of establish. Is there anything else that's really important to you that you want to work on?
Well, I finally want to get on Access. My neck has been killing me, and I really would like to be able to see someone.
Yeah, I'm sorry that your neck has been bothering you for such a long time. I think that's a great idea so we can get that looked at, and we actually might be able to do it before you even get on Access. How do we keep the volunteering to a max of 4 days a week, if that's okay with you, and that way you always have at least a day where you can get your other goals done, work with me, whatever you need to do.
All right, fine by me.
Okay. Luckily, I think we should be able to try to get you signed up for Access. We can definitely at least apply together. When it comes to your neck hurting you right now, I think it could be really helpful to you to get it looked at. Have you heard of the Parsons Medical Center?
I think so. Another client mentioned it to me once, but I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, well, I actually have a flyer with me, if you want to look it over a little bit. They offer medical services to individuals who are homeless, and the cool thing is they do it even if you don't have access already. They'll be able to help you when you get access as well, but right now they could help you look at your neck even before we kind of go through that whole process. Would you want to visit them to get your neck looked at?
Yeah, I think that'd be really helpful. When are they open?
They're open when most of the services tend to be open, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. In fact, it's pretty early today. If you wanted to visit them, you may be able to get down there. Do you have a way to get there?
I can walk, but any chance I can get a bus pass?
Yeah, since it's a doctor's appointment, what we talked about earlier, I could actually help you out with that today. So we've talked about a lot, so I wanted to kind of summarize real quick. We're getting you in for a shower today after we finish talking. We're going to do the ID voucher, and I'm going to get you a bus pass. Did I miss anything?
No, that sounds about right to me. Oh, Access.
Yes, no, we're definitely going to go through the application together at our next appointment if that works for you. It just seems like today you'd probably rather do the shower, get some of the ID stuff done, and then we can talk about Access another day.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, when would you want to meet again with me?
This time next week is easiest for me. I'm usually here on Wednesday mornings to get a shower.
Okay, I can actually definitely do that. So for my sake, can we review kind of the next steps we decided on? I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything we discussed. It's always really important to me that I do whatever I tell you I'm going to do by the time we do our next appointment. So you're planning on visiting the MBD to get your ID and go to Parsons to get your neck looked at. Is that right?
Yeah. I can actually probably do both before I see you next week.
Okay, I mean that sounds great. It sounds like I'm going to be looking into getting you signed up for Access so that we can apply together next week, as well as you're interested in volunteering, so I'll head over to our volunteer services office. I'll see what positions they have open. I'll get kind of a description of those, and that way you can at least look over them next week. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so. How do I get a hold of you if I can't make it next week or something?
Good question. I'm excited that you asked that. It seems like we're going to be a really great team together. So feel free to ask whatever comes to mind whenever we meet. My office number is actually on the welcome packet that you got when you came in today through our front office. I'm usually in the office Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Obviously, sometimes I'm going to be with clients. I'm going to be pulled away from my desk. But feel free to call, and I'm going to try to get back to you as soon as I can, okay?
Okay, that works.
Anything else I can do for you today before we close?
No. Well, except for that shower.
Yes, no, of course. Well, it was really awesome to meet with you, Jacob. Your attitude really is contagious, so I had a really great time talking with you. I'm going to see you again next week. It sounds like we decided Wednesday, 8 a.m., same time, same place. And I can walk you over where the showers are located if you're good with that.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to meet you too.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jacob. Hey, Mike.
Corina, come on in.
Do you have a minute?
Yes, I sure do. We're
Okay.
going to meet anyway, so.
Awesome. So, do you know that new client, Jacob, that we just started with?
Yep, you said we'd kind of talk about how that went.
Yeah. Well, so I let him know that we would probably talk after every session. He said it was totally fine. I brought up the age thing, and he seems comfortable with it right now. But I let him know that if it bothers him in the future, he can bring it up again.
It's good you brought it up.
So, yeah. One thing, though, that I wanted to talk with you about is just the fact that we started to talk about it. We didn't dive into it too much today, but he's really comfortable in his homelessness. He doesn't seem to want to get a job or get a home or anything right now.
Right, and that's not your first time
Yeah.
experiencing this sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say, right? That we have to respect where the client's at, meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
However,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean you can't explore that with them, right?
Yeah, and I think maybe that's what I was hoping could be a next step, because I'm trying to make sure I'm honoring the client's autonomy and being where they are at, but it's also that issue where I know a part of our role is also to make sure that they have the most well-being that they can. So it's hard for me to kind of balance that, where I know that it's his choice, but I also feel like he doesn't have the best situation to have the best well-being, and so I just wanted to make sure I talked with you about it, so I know I'm doing the best next thing.
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't push it at this point.
No, it's really today I kind of explored that he's interested in volunteering over working, and so we talked about that. He wanted to volunteer 5 days a week, and we kind of together figured out that 4 days a week would be at most the best. So he has time for those other goals. And then I basically, just because I wanted to honor what he wanted to get done at our appointment today, I basically focused on like the ID voucher, a shower. He has some next steps at the Parsons Clinic. I have some next steps for volunteering and access. And then I just let him know I want to talk about it more in the future if he's okay with that, to explore further where, why he isn't interested in work and how he expressed that he gets stressed financially with the house. So I wanted to explore that a little bit.
Yeah, that's great. It sounds like you're doing everything right. So, bite-sized pieces, you didn't let him leap too far ahead. Mm-hmm. You honored what he needed done today, kept things on track. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're not pushing an issue. I guess what I am hearing, I hope, and it sounds like I am hearing, is really that it's not about you choosing what the client wants. It's about providing opportunities, exploring possibilities.
Yeah.
And seeing if at that point the client wants a different path or the same path, and then we honor what they want and help them achieve whatever goals there are. But that doesn't mean you can't explore new paths.
Yeah, and I actually appreciate that you brought that up too, because I think it gives me an idea of maybe how I'll talk with him about it next time. Is I'm thinking maybe kind of going along with the miracle question that's sometimes asked, but maybe we'll do something just like a thought experiment of, hey, if there were no barriers, if you didn't have to pay rent, what would you want your house to look like? Where would you want to live? What neighborhood would you want to have? I'm just trying to start to get him to visualize it maybe more, just so that maybe he does remember some of the positives of housing. Because I also agree with you too in the sense that we want to make sure that he fully thinks through the benefits and the consequences of housing so that he makes the choice that's best for him. So maybe that'll be a good thing to do next time.
That sounds fantastic. It's kind of what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. This doesn't have a prescribed end to this discussion.
Yeah.
We're just kind of saying, what if we went this way or that way?
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing we owe the client.
Yeah.
We have to honor them, but we also have to honor the fact that they need to be able to talk out loud.
Yeah.
About why they believe what they believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not an argument, it's discussion.
Okay. Awesome.
It's fantastic. I think you're off to a great start, and I like the fact that you didn't rush ahead.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. Well, so I'm supposed to meet with him again next Wednesday at 8. So hopefully I'll end up seeing him and we can talk about it more. And then I let him know that I'm probably going to talk with you after every session we have, just because he did mention that age thing before, and so I wanted to make sure that he knew, hey, we have me, who is newer, but we also have my supervisor who's been here a really long time.
Of course,
So
right.
he's totally comfortable with that. So if it's cool with you, I don't know if I could be on your calendar for next Wednesday morning as well, and then we could debrief again.
No, absolutely. I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all just kind of touching base
Yeah.
regularly, so we see how the story unfolds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
Well, thanks so much for your help, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I love the way you're approaching this.
Yeah,
This is
awesome.
a good start.
Okay, well, I will keep you updated about Jacob.
Yes, please do. Thank you.